I moved to Alaska when I was actually 31. And I was 44 when I was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And so at the time I had a 12-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 5-year-old. Well, I did a lot of research on it and then a lot of wondering, and I did a few support groups in Alaska, and it was all only held at the Pioneer home, and most of the people were 80 to 90 years old, so it was, I felt very out of place and didn't quite know how to handle it. It was pretty scary.
From her diagnosis, it never stopped for her, or her normal life. She didn't change anything. She continued to do her best to provide us all the opportunities that we could have ever asked for.
I mean, for me, I just feel like with my kids, I don't have a choice. I have to be here. I moved 2.5 years ago. It was time for me to get more care. I'd been there for 14 years. And so I came down and to have Struthers and the Parkinson, an actual neurologist that is movement disorder specialist. The difference is night and day.
Moving to Minnesota and being a part of that community has been really cool for my mom and certainly for me as well as a caregiver.
So just with being 3 sons, we just kind of all do a little bit of everything. We all have a little bit of a side that helps my mom get through each day.
One person, it would be really hard to provide all that, but together I think we do a good job of each doing our part, making sure that she's okay and that she's cared for.
Definitely not a coincidence that I'm here. I think there's some divine intervention maybe. But I was flying back from spring break my senior year in San Diego. Happened to be the same year that the Academy had their annual meeting out in San Diego, and before I got on the plane to fly back, I was actually having a heart-to-heart with my mom.
He was searching for what to do, and I said, make whatever your passion is.
I knew I wanted to make an impact in the world.
Well, he met a lady on the plane, and she said she worked for the American Academy of Neurology.
We struck up a conversation and talked about the work that the Academy did, and it was a perfect fit.
I've been on Capitol Hill with Grant, and he goes twice a year to do that with the neurologists and with the Parkinson's Foundation.
So when we talk about fishing, it comes natural to us, and it's a really easy way for us to kind of bond, because that was one of our favorite pastimes.
Yeah, my brothers help out a lot, and my mom is able to work on weekends. So it's nice that it's a family thing, because it's certainly a lot for one person to do.
She points to the pictures like, these are my boys, and loves to tell, there's one picture we have of me on my first birthday out on the boat, and always flips to that picture, and it's like, oh, this is him, and again, she just is the biggest lover and supporter of her 3 boys.
I'll say, this is a picture of them, and they'll go, Mom. And that's how we sell our fish, that's the family story. They've been out there every year since they were 1 year old. Moving day was my first experience, and I remember coming down here, and I just said to Grant, holy smokes, there's all these people supporting everybody.
Anytime I meet somebody who has Parkinson's, who maybe doesn't know about the foundation, I just tell them to go to Moving Day, because I think it's the ultimate opportunity to be connected, and not just with resources, but that community, which I think is so key.
And I don't know if it was just me, but I was in awe, like, wow, that person has Parkinson's too, and that person, and to see young people, it was really powerful. It was unifying.
My mom is just one story of somebody with Parkinson's and their journey and the ways that we've been able to help and support her and her to help and support us. But I think that there's so much going on. There's so much reason for hope and optimism in the Parkinson's community, because there's so many people doing incredible things to help push research, to help push new therapies and treatments, to help people with Parkinson's and to help people who haven't been diagnosed yet.
Makes you realize that you're not the only one that's going through that struggle each and every day kind of thing. And I think that being in Minnesota is probably the best thing for her emotionally, just because you just have so much more support here. You're not alone.
My family has come together around this, and sometimes, hard things make a family stronger. Something that unites us, and a lot of it is that we all care and love my mom. She's really done a great job of not letting anything slow her down, but she doesn't hurt herself. She still pushes herself to try and enjoy every little bit of life, but you still find joy in doing what you can.
I just think people need to remain positive, and you can't give up.